On the ExpressEdit homepage, the first thing we see is an animation, and then following the animation, a series of text that links to various videos appears. These text links are using global styles, which allow us to style once in the editor and then have them appear on the same post type within the same parent column. Now if we go to the edit pages, so if we go to one of the links and then go to the styles, we see that it has an option to globalize this style. And what it says is the styles made here will be applied to all text posts within this column. And then individual styles made in other posts will override these. There's also an option to delete any styles that are already made within any of the posts of the same type within the same parent column. So that would be a complete redo if we wanted only the styles expressed in the globalized style to be expressed. But then subsequently, if any styles in any of the posts are made, they will be expressed. If we go down to the second post here, the style option itself has a thick gold border, and that means it's globalized. And then the option now is to undo the globalization. So we go to the display styles. We see it as a bottom padding value of 22px with no top value. And then we see various font styles have been set. Font family, we have a scaling px font size, font color, and then we see there's no border and no box shadow. And if looking down further, we see there's no advanced styles and no background styles. So we basically globalized padding and font styles to all the other posts within the same parent column. It's also no problem to style particular text differently. If we click into this text link, it not only has a special style for the link using a My Class 1 tag, it also has one specifying a font size. And so here we see we can override the global styles in particular text using special classes or TinyMCE for special styling. Now we're going to go ahead and make a change. This time we're going to add a border to each of the links, and we're going to go to our post that has the global style, and we're going to add a border. It's going to be a bottom border, 1px, and we'll give it a medium gray color. But we want the padding to be even above and below each border. Give it an 11px top padding and 11px bottom padding instead of the 22px bottom padding. Submit on that. So we refresh the web page mode. It's going to take a few seconds for the animation to complete and the links to come up, so we're going to go back. We're going to look at the animation itself. Now here we see that the initial animation text is full feature template creation for professionals. So that's 5 posts. One of them was styled, the full, and then we globalized that. They're all within the same parent column, so the rest of them have the same styling, the same font, the same sizing, and RWD font settings for that. So that's another example of the global styling. And if we go down still further, and looking at a second grouping of animated text within a common parent column, we see the third text within this group, Easy Client Update, has been globalized. So it provides the font styles for the intuitive interface and the provides for posts above it, except we see the provides for text color is different. If we go to the styles settings and then down to the text styles, we see that provides for has its own font color styling, so that overrid the globalized style. So going back now, we'll go back to the home page. We see our text links have come up, and we see now that they have a border and it's evenly spaced between the text. So that's a quick overview of global styles. We're going to move on to group styles. So we're looking at a subtle style wrapping around this post, and it's a reddish border and box shadow. Here we see the same style. It's wrapping around 2 posts. We can make this style by wrapping one or more posts within a parent column, but instead we're going to use group styles, which makes it a lot faster. This way we can style the group style once and then quickly determine which group of posts we want that style wrapped around. And this way it's clear which posts are linked together. So we're going to go to the edit pages and see how this is done. To the parent column, and under the settings we see this third option has an option for group styles. Now if we click the display styles, we see it has paddings and it has a margin top and bottom. That puts the spacing between the collections of group styles. It has a radius and the reddish box shadow and border, as well as a background color. So we can change any of those styles here, and then the changes will show up on all the group stylings. Now, to implement the group style, we go to the post setting of where we want a group style to begin. And for this first post, we see that it began a post group style and it ended a post group style. Now the checkbox remains so that we can remove them. And what that did was create the group style around this particular post. And so in this case, it's only affecting one post. And then if we go down to the next post, go to the post settings, we see that it began the group post, but it didn't end it. If we go down to the third post and go to the post settings, we see that it ended it. So that gave us the effect of beginning and ending a group style around a second post. So that links the text post with the image post. So this is the way we can do that. Now we can have any number of posts linked together, in which case we begin on the first post and end on the last post, and then wouldn't need to check anything on the posts in between. If we have an unbalanced begin and end, we will get an error message to let us know. So going back to the web page mode, we see that the group style box shadow is evenly positioned, but we can adjust the shadow effect and give it an offset. So we'll go back to the group styles, go to the box shadow option, giving it a horizontal offset of 1 and a vertical offset of 1. That'll give us more of a shadow on the bottom right side. We hit submit. And then looking at our web page mode again, and then looking at the group styles, specifically at the box shadow, you may have noticed it shifted. Depending on how clear the video is, it's a subtle shift, but it's moved to the right and to the bottom. And that demonstrates, so any change in the group styles will automatically show up in all the groupings we made. And that would be for any style. It could be an advanced style, background style, made in the main styler option. So that's about it for group styling and the globalization.